Luke chapter 18. He gave them another analogy, this one about the continual need to pray without ever giving up. There was a judge in a particular city who didn't fear Jehovah or care about people. And there was a widow in that city, and she kept coming to him and saying, "Give me justice and stop my adversary." For a long time he refused, but eventually he thought to himself, "I don't fear Jehovah or care about people, but this widow keeps bothering me. I'll see that she gets justice so that she won't always be coming and bothering me." The master said, "Listen to what the unfair judge says. Won't Jehovah give his select justice when they call on him day and night, even more readily, though he seems slow in acting on their behalf? I tell you, he'll give them justice quickly. Yet when the human Son comes, will he find faith on the earth?" He told this analogy about people who were convinced that they were righteous, but viewed everyone else as worthless. Two men went up into the temple to pray. One was a Pharisee, and the other was a tax extractor. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed, "Jehovah, I thank you that I am not like everyone else, thieves, dishonest, adulterers, or like this tax extractor. I fast twice on the Sabbath and paid tithe on my entire income." But the tax extractor stood at a distance and wouldn't even look toward heaven. He was beating his chest and saying, "Jehovah, be merciful to me, a sinner." I tell you, this man went home justified rather than the Pharisee, because anyone promoting themselves will be humbled, and anyone who becomes humble will be promoted. People were bringing their babies to have him touch them, but when his disciples saw them, they began to scold them. But Yeshua called for them and said, "Allow the little children to come to me. Get out of their way, because the kingdom of the heavens belongs to people like them. I am certain that anyone who doesn't embrace the kingdom of Jehovah like a little child won't enter at all." One of the leaders asked him, "Good master, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Yeshua asked him, "Why do you call me good? No one is good except the Loah alone. You know the commandments. You must never murder. You must never commit adultery. You must never steal. You must never give false testimony. And honor your father and your mother." He replied, "I have obeyed all of these from my childhood." When Yeshua heard that, he replied, "You still need to do one thing. Go and sell everything that you have and give the money to the poor, and you will have a treasure in heaven. Then come and follow me." When he heard this, he was overcome with sorrow, because he was very rich. When Yeshua saw how sad he was, he said, "It is very difficult for those who are wealthy to enter the kingdom of Jehovah. It is easier to push a rope through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of Jehovah." Those who heard it asked him, "Then who can have eternal life?" Yeshua replied, "Things that are impossible for people are possible with Jehovah." Then Simon Cephas said, "Look, we have left everything we've had to follow you." Yeshua replied, "I tell you with absolute certainty that there is no one who has given up a house, or parents, or brothers, or a wife, or children because of the kingdom of Jehovah who won't receive many times more in the present age and in the coming world eternal life." Yeshua took his 12 aside and said, Now we're going up to Jerusalem, and everything written in the prophets about the human Son will be fulfilled. He will be handed over to the heathen, and they'll mock him and spit in his face, and they'll scourge him and mistreat him and kill him. But on the third day he will rise to life again." But they didn't understand any of these things. This subject was hidden from them. They didn't even understand anything when he explained it. As they approached Jericho, a blind man was sitting by the side of the road begging. He heard the crowd going by and asked what was going on. They told him, "Yeshua the Nazarene is passing by." Then he called out, "Yeshua, Son of David, have mercy on me!" The people in front of Yeshua scolded him and told him to be quiet, but he called out all the louder, "Son of David, have mercy on me!" Yeshua stopped and insisted that he be brought to him. As he approached him, he asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" He answered, "Master, I want to see again." Yeshua told him, "Look, your faith has given you life." Immediately he could see, and he followed him, praising Jehovah, and everyone who saw it praised Jehovah.